Hello guys and welcome. I hope that you're doing well. My name is UHDking or I play 4K, aka I play 8K, aka I play 16K, and during this video I'm going to demonstrate UHDking's SLI method in Scorn PC game, or how to enable SLI, Nvidia SLI, in Scorn PC game. Okay, that is unofficial trick, but it's working 100% on the all Nvidia video cards that supports SLI. Okay, as well as I'm going to demonstrate a secondary value throughout this video tutorial, how to run Scorn PC game on the older computers that was released before 2016 2015 on the video cards such as GTX 780 Ti video cards, Titan Black, and especially when you have multiple of them, how to utilize them, or if you have the Radeon video cards that was sold before 2016, how to run Scorn PC game without any issues, and also how to run it in Crossfire or SLI. But this video will be about Nvidia SLI. This video will be dedicated to the Steam version of the Scorn PC game, but you can apply the same methods and techniques that I'm going to share with you on the Epic gaming platform, GOG gaming platform, such as GOG gaming platform, Microsoft Xbox for Windows gaming platform. Just apply the knowledge, the tricks, the skills that you're going to learn throughout this video. So throughout this video tutorial, I'm going to share two values. Value number one, I'm going to show you how to run Scorn PC game on the oldest computers, because Scorn PC game is now going to execute on the older computers, and how to run Scorn PC game and SLI, because Scorn PC game doesn't support SLI by default, and people with multiple video cards will be wasting the secondary video card, while with my trick, with my method, UHDking's SLI method in Scorn PC game, you will be able to utilize all available video cards all the way to 3, 2, 3, and 4 video cards in SLI, especially if you have 3 or 4 Titan X Maxwell GPU architecture. You will be able to play at 1080p without any issues in SLI while fully utilizing your GPUs. Alright, so let's go ahead and get going, guys. The first thing what I want you to do, I want to show you how to execute, and you will learn how to execute the Scorn and be able to run Scorn PC game in DirectX 11 API. As you know, let me demonstrate it to you that Scorn PC game supports only DirectX 12 API by default, and there is no option to switch to DirectX 11 API. Okay, let me demonstrate it to you real quick. And that's mean that DirectX 12 API doesn't support SLI at all. Nvidia SLI is only supported on the DirectX 9, DirectX 10, and DirectX 11 APIs in those PC games. DirectX 12 API doesn't support Nvidia SLI, but it does support multiple GPUs by default. But developers didn't utilize the multiple GPUs classes under DirectX 12 API and Unreal Engine 4 in Scorn PC game. But we all know that Unreal 4 game engine supports DirectX 11 API besides DirectX 12 API, and that's a good start while I was investigating how to enable the SLI in Scorn PC game. This is an extra information for those people who's curious. So as you can see at the right top corner, data and variables and values updated every single second and updated dynamically. I'm pulling that information directly from the DirectX 12 API, from the 3D rendering real-time API by Microsoft. It says API, DirectX 12 API, resolution 7680 by 4320, yes indeed. And this resolution is unplayable on a single Titan RTX video card. Today I'm running Nvidia Turing GPU architecture flagship video card, such as Titan RTX video card. 8K UHD is not playable status on a single Titan RTX video card. However, if Nvidia SLI is enabled using UHDking's SLI method in Scorn PC game. It's going to be playable status, and you can complete the whole game with two Titan RTX video cards in SLI or with RTX 2080 Ti video card in 8K UHD. Keep that in mind. In SLI, and it's going to be playable status. So DirectX 12 API, there is no way to change that, and I already explained for the beginners that DirectX 12 API is not supported under Nvidia SLI. It's only supporting multiple GPUs by the native classes of the DirectX 12 API, and Nvidia knew that and decided to discontinue the SLI because developers are so lazy they're not utilizing even those classes that is available for them while running couple lines. So Nvidia decided, why we're gonna rewrite the whole deal for DirectX 12 API, because it's a little bit different API when it comes to DirectX 9, DirectX 10, and DirectX 11 APIs. So Nvidia also was lazy and decided not to support it. But anyways, how to enable it? The first thing what you want to do, you want to force Scorn PC game to be runnable under DirectX 11 API, because this is what will enable for us SLI. At least this is the theory, and it worked. Let me show you how to do that. So on Steam, if you're running Steam version, but let's assume first that you're not running Steam version. Under Steam, right button, click on it. Every single game or every single application that I'm using under UHDking.com is a license. Keep that in mind, and purchased. I do not promote any piracy or such like that. So I right click on the game, I click properties, I click allocate where it's installed. Go ahead and open up the folder where you install your Scorn PC game. This is the Steam version. So if this would not be the Steam version, let's assume that, I'm going to give you some clues and tips how to enable the SLI not, and how to force DirectX 11 API if the game is not the Steam. Let's say a GOG game client, GOG game client, or Epic game client, or Microsoft game client on PC. So you're going to allocate that scorn.executable, that's a file. Create a shortcut to that file, right click on it, say create a shortcut, okay, or just left mouse button or on the scorn.executable, release it and create shortcut. So create a shortcut, and under the shortcut go to properties, and under the properties, under the target, make sure it's target, not starting, but target, go all the way down. It's going to say scorn.executable. You got to put space. Let me show it to you. You got to put space. It's going to say like that. You got to put space, make sure it's space, dash DX11, and apply that. Okay, so let's say if this would be the GOG game client, GOG game client, when Scorn going to be available over that game client, it's going to work perfectly, guys. Now you can run it and it's going to work. Okay, but let's say it also can work on Epic game client, but Epic game client, you can use the same techniques as I'm going to use under the Steam game client. It's going to work, but Microsoft game client also can work on the Microsoft game client. Go ahead and create a shortcut, but you got to allocate where you install the game on the Microsoft game client. Just use the same tips. It's just going to be user interface at the different locations, but you're going to allocate where you install the game, create the shortcut, and do the same thing. Now if I'm going to run it under the Steam, that shortcut is going to generate an error. Okay, it could do the same thing under the Epic game client, keep that in mind, but with the GOG game client, GOG game client is going to be a Gucci. And the error says it's pretty much the pirates, anti-pirates hack, and it says online subsystem Steam not utilized, please launch the game from Steam game client. So you gotta launch it from Steam game client for the Steam game client Scorn PC game version. If you purchase it on Steam, okay, even if there is nothing wrong with the game, it does it. Okay, it's for this particular game as again anti-pirates protection. So go ahead and run it in the Steam game client. Okay, I'm gonna run it in the Steam game client and it's going to be working fine. So shortcut doesn't work for the Steam game client, keep that in mind. but it's going to work perfectly for the GOG game client. Also could work for the Epic game client, Microsoft game client, or any other installation of the Scorn. Keep that in mind. Just create a shortcut. So this is how you're forcing DirectX 11 on the Unreal game engine, Unreal 4 game engine. So it's not going to execute under DirectX 12 API because Unreal 4 game engine supports DirectX 11 API. We all know that. A lot of game developers, software developers, gamers, PC hardware enthusiasts. So it says DirectX 12 API, even because I click on the shortcut, because on Steam the shortcut doesn't work. Okay, so let me show you when the shortcut doesn't work and how to enable that. So I'm explaining every single process, guys, to a beginner, so you will fully understand what are you doing. Not like one of those copycats, they copying each other and doing something that doesn't make no sense. Over here, everything is explained, which is a lot of people will respect that. Go ahead and smash that like button. Support me, guys. I need to have your support for future game tutorials. And as you can see, every single piece is available over here. So let me go ahead and zoom in. As you can see, my desktop set to 8K UHD, and I'm using the Microsoft Zoom tool a lot. So right click on Scorn. Steam game client can change the user interface, but you got an idea. Allocate the properties under that game, and under the general, under Scorn, there is a launch option. The same thing, the launch option will be on the Epic game client. They also have the same thing. So over here, what you gotta do, just dash, and you're gonna put DX11. Okay, do the same thing under the Epic game client is going to work. Do the same thing if Microsoft Xbox game client on the PC will be able to do that, but they don't have this option yet in their application. But when they're going to add this option, it's going to work if you're going to do that. Do that under the GOG. GOG has it as well. So if the shortcut doesn't work under GOG, do that under the GOG launch option, and it's going to work. It's just going to be allocated at a different portion of the screen on the user interface, but you got an idea. Do that and it's ready. Apply. If there is apply button over here, there is no apply. It's going to do it automatically. Now it's going to work. Let me go ahead and execute that. So instead of DirectX 12 API, it's going to show DirectX 11 API. Let me go ahead and do it, guys. I just woke up. It's early in the morning. It's like 5 a.m. almost. And I decided to go ahead and create this beautiful tutorial because 2 days ago I learned how to do the Scorn PC game and SLI, and I recorded a beautiful video for you, Scorn PC game in 8K video resolution on 2 Titan RTX video cards and SLI. It's playable. I demonstrated over 2 hours of gameplay above 30 FPS average, maximum visuals. I'm going to upload the video and include the video in the video comments. Go ahead and check it out underneath of this video if you're watching it on YouTube. And it's beautiful, guys. So 2 Titan RTX video cards or 2 RTX 2080 Ti video cards in SLI will show a playable experience all the way to 8K UHD in Scorn PC game. But single Titan RTX, as you can see, cannot demonstrate the playable experience because in the game it's going to be like 15 FPS, something like that. So check it out. We force the API. As you can see at the right top corner, it says API DirectX 11 API. Okay. So the first GPU is 199%, but the secondary one is 2%. Let me execute the game and show you how it's looking in the game, but going to be the same thing in the game. The secondary video card is not going to be utilized even if SLI is enabled under the driver. Make sure, as again, SLI is enabled under the driver. I'm going to show it to you in the NVIDIA driver in a few seconds, but as you can see, everything what I stated is doing. The first GPU or first video card closest to the CPU is utilized on the GPU at 99%, while second GPU is utilized at 3% or 4%. Not good for us at all. So we want to make sure that the secondary GPU is utilized at least above 80% to be able to have benefits out of the secondary video card. Otherwise, it's just idling and doing nothing. But 21 FPS, it's a 20 FPS, 21 FPS for some old gamers. It's still on single Titan RTX will be playable, but not for me. For me, I want to have at least 30 FPS, and let me show you how to go above 30 FPS. 30 FPS with the 2 Titan RTXs or with the 2 RTX 2080 Ti in SLI is possible under 8K video resolution. All what you gotta do, guys, you gotta complete the full UHDking's SLI tweak, UHDking's SLI method. And let me show you how to do that. So the first step is done. We force the game under DirectX 11 API. So right now a lot of folks with the GTX 780 Ti video cards will be happy even with a single video card. They can run the game under 1080p or at least 720p or above and enjoy it. And folks with the Titan Black Edition video cards before the Titan X Maxwell GPU architecture, at least on a single video card, can run it and enjoy it. But let's say you have two GTX 780 Ti video cards in SLI or two Titan Blacks in SLI, and you want to play games on 1080p at like 35 FPS. It's still playable experience and possible. Let me show you how to force the SLI now. So pretty simple. It should be done through the driver. Let me right click on the driver and video control panel. Right click on the Windows 10 Professional Operating System, Properties under Nvidia and or Windows 11. It's going to open up the driver. It's going to take a couple seconds because I'm recording in real time, coming in real time. So make sure, as you can see, my resolution unlocked all the way to 16K UHD. So I'm going to test the Scorn PC game in 4K, 5K, 6K, 7K, 8K, 10K, 12K, but 16K video resolution is impossible on a single Titan RTX video card or two Titan RTX video cards in SLI. Do that Scorn PC game, overloading the 24 gigabyte of video RAM that is available on a single Titan RTX video card. You need to have at least 36 gigabyte of video RAM to be able to run Scorn PC game in 16K video resolution. But check out my videos regarding that. I'm going to upload those videos, related videos in the video comments. Go ahead and check out the links. Great thing if you Scorn PC game fan, because Scorn PC game is an art, guys. It's an amazing game. Highly recommend you to get this game below $10. It's an art. It's a beautiful game, and I recorded 2 hours of gameplay in 8K HD. Mind-blowing experience on two Titan RTX video cards in SLI. But anyways, make sure that SLI is over here is ready. It says enabled under your Nvidia driver to Titan RTXs. Maximize 3D performance. You're ready to go. Now manage 3D settings. So all what you gotta do, just under the global settings, you can put the SLI rendering mode instead of single GPU, that is under the full preset with NVIDIA driver, or instead of NVIDIA recommended, go ahead and switch to Force Alternate Frame Rendering 2 or Force AFR 2. You don't need to use any third-party NVIDIA tools like NVIDIA Inspector, just your regular NVIDIA driver. You don't need to hack anything. Switch to that and you're Gucci after that. And make sure that perform maximum performance set over here as well under power management. You're Gucci after that. But the reason why I didn't do that, the reason why I would like to create a profile in a few seconds, I'm going to explain to you how to create a custom SLI profile for Scorn PC game, how to create that SLI profile for Scorn PC game. The reason why I didn't do that, because Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge or Opera internet browser is going to flick now. They're going to produce the flickering no matter what resolution you're running with two Titan RTX or any NVIDIA video cards in SLI, 2, 3, 4 and SLI. And the reason, because they're not programmed to utilize two video cards, because NVIDIA stopped supporting SLI since 2021. And the browser is going to be utilizing DirectX 12 API, and you already know that DirectX 12 API doesn't support SLI anyways. So this is the reason. So developers didn't code it. Then they never coded the browsers for the multiple GPUs as well. Okay, they're so lazy. So Force alternative rendering, you can do that and that's it. But I recommend you to stick with a single GPU if you're running multiple NVIDIA video cards, and go under program settings. If user interface will be changed, you got an idea how to do that, guys, in the future to the NVIDIA driver. It could be changed. And you're not going to have Scorn profile by default, so you gotta click add button. You gotta allocate that folder where the Scorn game is installed, no matter if it's on Steam, GOG, GOG game client, Epic Game Client, Microsoft Game Client, allocate that Scorn, that executable, select that file, and it's gonna say it like that, Scorn that executable. It's gonna pull up some values. Go ahead and put background application max frame rate 200 FPS, max frame rate 1000 FPS, but not necessary though. But power management mode, make sure it's not optimal power, not adaptive power, especially when you're running more than 2 video cards in SLI. Let's say you have, like I did have in 2016, 4 Titan X Maxwell GPU architecture in SLI in 4-way SLI by Nvidia, or you have 3 Titan X Maxwell GPU architecture in SLI, or 3 Titan XPs Pascal GPU architecture in SLI. Go ahead and switch to prefer maximum performance, will be the best option for you. Okay, and under SLI rendering mode, this is very crucial. You want to switch to force alternate frame rendering 2. Sometimes it can say force AFR 2. Switch to that, and that's it. After that point, smash apply button and you Gucci. But let me go ahead and show you all my presets. Go ahead and squeeze that pause button and do exactly as it is for the best possible experience. Smash that apply button, and after that point, it's gonna take like 5-10 seconds. It's gonna, sometimes it can say yes or no. Go ahead and smash yes, I would like to apply that, and that's it. After that point, you're set to go. Let me demonstrate it for you guys. I'm going to smash the play button, and right now SLI should be enabled, and it will be enabled. Keep in mind that this is a driver from August 1st 2023, and it's flickering on the logo. It's going to do that, and that's a clear sign that SLI is enabled. It's going to flicker under the logo, but in the game menu everything will be just fine. Look like the video API the developers are using to display the video files under the Scorn PC game doesn't support the 2 GPUs or multiple GPUs capabilities. That's why it's flickering. So this is how the browser will be flickered. So I just explained to you how to avoid that. But